Hey there, I'm Dr. Dave. This is Microdose U, and I think this could be the most important episode I've done in a long time. This is a show where I show you how to turn your life around from mental health issues and more by microdosing psilocybin or even LSD. This is going to be your episode. You know why? Because this is your year. I should say the year coming up. As I'm recording this now, it's the very beginning of December 2025. What I'm referring to is 2026 has to be your year. And I will tell you this, if you're doing great and you're feeling fantastic every day, this episode might not be for you. This is for the people that are just still struggling, not feeling 100%. And it's going to be totally, I'm going to be speaking to you. If you're not feeling 100% yet, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. Now, if you are feeling great, you still might want to hang in there because I've got some really good questions I'm going to be answering just very shortly. But I've got to talk about this first because I guess my question is, how long do you want to struggle if you've got some anxiety, depression, PTSD, whatever it might be, whatever some type of a mental health issue you might have? How much longer are you going to struggle? What you're doing now, is it working? Do you feel great? If it's not working, let's talk about this because I really want 2026 to be your year, the year you finally say, I've had enough. I've tried all the other stuff. It doesn't work. I'm ready to follow what Dr. Dave teaches because I know it will work. That's why I want 2026 to be your year. I did this about 4.5 years ago, and there's no turning back. It worked for me incredibly well, and I feel really good every single day. So I want you to be with me on this. Again, I'm no different than you. I just started earlier, and maybe I found out some things that you don't know yet. But what can you do to make 2026 your year, your best year ever? Well, I'll outline a few things that I think you could do. And then again, like I said, we're going to answer some really good questions here. So first of all, listen to or watch as many episodes as you can right here at Microdose U. I record them once a week, every Wednesday. They're all free. We don't charge to listen to or watch any of these episodes. And there's just a ton of information. If you just go back and look at some of these back episodes, there's so much information to get you going. You will have the information it takes to start feeling better, start using this medicine, and start feeling better every single day. You'll have the information. Also, check out my website, microdoseu.com. I've got a lot of frequently asked questions and a lot of little tips there that will help you as well. We've also got a free 5-day introductory microdosing course available. If you check the show notes here, it's on the show notes. A free, again, 5-day course that you can take. And again, it's kind of introductory. I mean, it's not super high level, but at least it's an intro to get you started on something. It's better than sitting on the sideline and really not doing anything yet. What else can you do to make 2026 your year, your best year ever? Well, I'm going to suggest this. Join us over on Patreon. Again, on Patreon, it's another platform. We talk about higher level things and we talk about things we're just not able to talk about here on the general public podcast. I hope you can understand. There's only so much I can say about microdosing, psilocybin, magic mushrooms, LSD, things like that to the general public. On our Patreon platform, it's a paid platform. It's only $12.50 US dollars per month. We get into much higher level, and we also do talk about where you can actually get this medicine. On Patreon, we're not looking for somebody to come in for one session for 1 month, pay for 1 month, watch a few videos, grab all the information you can, and then get out of there. That's not why I built that platform. I built the Microdose U platform on Patreon because I want to have a family. I want to have people that we know each other, we'll help each other, we don't judge, but it's a high level group of people. And again, when I say high level, I mean people that are just very serious about this. You don't have to know anything. You could be a total beginner. But it's a group of people, we call it our family, our nakama on Patreon, and we all have been helping each other for quite some time. But we have a live meeting at least 2 times a month, but usually 3 or 4 times a month. Sometimes every week we have a live meeting on Zoom where we get together and it goes for an hour, and there's nothing like that in microdosing. There's nothing out there like that. So that's why I've built that community. Again, it's optional. You don't have to do it. I'm doing this so I can help people that want higher level information than I'm able to give on this podcast. That's why I'm doing it. In order to find out more about Patreon and get into it, again, the link is in the show notes and it's also on my website, microdoseu.com. What else can you do? Well, consider we offer one-on-one coaching. If you just want to take things to the absolute highest level that you possibly can, yes, we'll be able to do some one-on-one coaching with you. My good friend, Dr. Denise Moret, she's a doctor of psychology, well-versed and experienced in plant medicine. She helps me with this part of the coaching, and we've had some incredible success. So these are some of the things you can do to make next year your best year ever. But I will tell you what the absolute most important thing, the number one most important thing you can do is to look in the mirror and tell yourself that you've had enough, that 2026 is going to be your year, no exceptions, no matter what. This is not a New Year's resolution that just goes away after 5 or 10 days. No, this is very serious, and you tell yourself that you're focused and you're going to do this, and you're ultimately, 2026 going to feel better than you've ever felt in your entire life, or at least better than you've ever felt in many years. We've helped so many people. I know you can do this, but you can't just keep sitting on the sidelines. You have to finally say, enough is enough. I'm ready. I'm going to do this. So I gave you 4 things that you can do to get started. 2026. I gave it to you a month early. So there's no excuse now. We're not waiting until January 1st. I gave it to you a month early so you can get started now. Please don't hesitate. Please do something. And I really hope to see you over on Patreon if that's possible. Okay, now let's get into some really great microdosing questions. Are you ready? Well, I hope you're ready because I'm going to get right into them now. The first question is from Holly in London. And I had to condense her question down a little bit because it was really long. So I hope I did the best I could here. Dr. Dave, I love your Microdose U podcast, and I've got a question. 3 years ago, my partner and I tried mushrooms for the first time. We each took 2.5 grams with lemon tech, and I ended up having a really rough trip. Confusion, disorientation, loss of self, the whole thing. My partner somehow felt nothing at all and stayed totally calm. Even though it was terrifying at the time, I actually had amazing after effects. I felt more connected, compassionate, and open. So now I'm curious about microdosing because I'd love to get those positive feelings again without anything intense. My hesitation is 2 things. 1, I really don't want another digestive nightmare. And 2, I keep hearing people talk about microdosing pure psilocybin versus microdosing actual mushrooms. Is using the active ingredient alone more predictable and accurate? And if you avoid the mushroom material itself, does that also help avoid the nausea and stomach upset? Thank you so much, Dr. Dave. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Well, Holly, it's your lucky day. You are going to hear my thoughts right now. So 2 points. First of all, microdosing is very different than the 2.5 gram lemon tech you took. So if you had an upset stomach from that or GI distress, I'm not saying that microdosing would be perfect. I'm not saying that, but there's a much better chance because it's such a small amount. But having said that, answering your second question, is it better just to use pure psilocybin as opposed to ground up dried magic mushrooms? The answer is maybe, but that's very difficult to get. You're not going to be able to find that. So our recommendation is to use ground up dried magic mushrooms, either in capsules, tea. And I'll tell you something, Holly, the tea might work really well because it's extracting the psilocybin from the mushrooms, and you're not eating any mushrooms whatsoever. So if you use it as tea and have it in the water, the tea bag in the water with the ground up dried mushrooms for about, let's say, 5 minutes or so, and then take that out. And what you're left with in the hot water is the actual, psilocybin. That would be a great option. But also another possibility, and I'm actually going to be talking about this tonight at our live meeting on Patreon. I'll be talking about another trusted source that we're going to be working with. And this woman she seems to be great. And she's got these little tincture bottles. And you actually just put the tincture under your tongue. So you're not really ingesting any kind of hard material from mushrooms whatsoever. So that also could be a great option for you. And anybody else that's interested in a tincture as opposed to just actually eating magic mushrooms, whether they're in chocolate, whether they're in capsule form, whatever, this could be a great option for you. Again, I don't and can't talk about it in the public forum here, but on our Patreon, I'm super, super excited to be revealing this tonight at our live meeting. So, and if you can't make it tonight because, it's last minute, then, we'll be talking about this again, and it'll be something on Patreon that we're always talking about, our trusted sources. So another reason to join our Patreon family. Holly, thanks for writing in from the UK, and I really hope this has helped you. And let me know if you need any other help on this. I'll try to do my absolute best for you. Next question. Actually, this is not a question. I think it's a comment from Info Warrior 1, also known as Eric. He always is on the live streams on YouTube. Eric says, studies have shown that not only does psilocybin make lab mice live longer, it gives them luxurious hair too. I'm not kidding. See the study published in NPJ Aging in July 2025. So I did an episode a short time ago about, is psilocybin a fountain of youth? Does it help you reverse your aging process? And although we don't know that for sure, I can tell you anecdotally from me, even when I go back and look at pictures of myself from 5, 6, 7 years ago, and then compare them to the way I look now, I'd say they're night and day different, very, very different. So is psilocybin a fountain of youth? I don't know, but I'm going to say it's possible, yes. Thanks for that one, Eric. I really appreciate that. Next question, from Prybar Commando on YouTube. Dr. Dave, thanks for the info. I have a question. There's so little information on long-term microdosing benefits. I am interested in hearing your experience of long-term microdosing. Well, yeah, that's a really good question, and I've talked about that a lot on my podcast, because not only did it totally reverse my anxiety and depression and maybe other mental health issues such as PTSD, but it's also helped me become, I think, a kinder person, more spiritual, understanding a little bit deeper about what's going on around us, connecting with people, even sports, even skiing, things like bike riding, hiking. When I microdose, I feel like I can do these things at a higher level, better than I've ever done them, actually. It's also helped my medical health. And by medical health, I mean it's helped me dive deep into my own body and figure out some of the things that were, causing some medical issues. And I'm glad to say that it's right now as we speak, and I just turned 70 years old about 6 months ago. I feel younger and healthier and better than I felt for sure 5 years ago. There's no question about it. So again, is it helping us age in reverse? Maybe, yes. And Prybar Commando, I hope that answered your question. Long-term benefits, there are many, and there are many benefits I probably didn't even mention here, but that's why I chose to continue microdosing as opposed just to stop after it helped my anxiety and depression. So thanks for that. Really good question. I do hope that helped you. Let's see. Justify Justin. Again, this one's from YouTube. They say it's subperceptual, but I feel alcohol like tipsy when I microdose. So you're feeling like you're drunk a little bit when you microdose. First thought that comes to my mind is lower your doses just a little bit, because you should feel something. Like we used to say it's totally subperceptual. Now we say it's like just slightly perceptual. But that slight perception shouldn't be a feeling of being drunk or stoned. It should be that you should be able to feel great and go about your day and feel like 100% on your game. So if you're feeling drunk, yeah, I would back down a little bit on my dose and see if that does anything at all. And then if that doesn't, maybe try a different strain and see if that helps. You didn't really tell me what strain you're using, and usually that doesn't matter a whole lot, but in this case it might. Go to something, just maybe some kind of mild, like Golden Teacher, just a typical cubensis strain. See if that works. I'm pretty sure you're going to be fine, but if that doesn't at all, get back to me. We'll see if we can tweak it a little bit more. Okay, from Flasifasanayu, I'm sure I didn't pronounce that right, and I apologize, but he or she says, please add Arabic dubbing. I found most languages, and this person is referring to YouTube, I guess, but not Arabic. For your information, there are at least 400 million Arabic speakers. I know we need this mushroom a lot, and we need information about it. Well, I agree that not only Arabic speakers, but probably everybody needs this information, because this crosses all nationalities, genders, religions, whatever. The world is a tough place these days, and I think so many of us need this. As far as Arabic, I believe that YouTube has to be the one to put that in. I don't have the capability of adding languages, I don't think, especially if all those other ones are on, but Arabic's not. So you might want to go to your YouTube settings or ask YouTube if they could please add Arabic. I think it's got to be on their end. I don't think that's on my end. I apologize about that. B Hero says, what if taking some microdosing before sleeping is healing the brain and pathways faster, because we already know that the brain is much more lit up when in REM state, and when the mushrooms cause neurogenesis, accessing those subconscious pathways may be a way for you to heal through your dreams and the plant medicine. So really good thought. I never really gave that a whole lot of thought, because I always felt that microdosing anytime during the day is going to do the trick. But you're saying if you microdose before sleep, and your REM sleep is, you're going pretty deep, and it can be more powerful. Possible. I don't know the answer, but it's a very good thought and a very good theory, and maybe test it out and see how it goes. There's no right or wrong whether you want to microdose during the day or before you go to sleep. But yeah, if you want to try it before you go to sleep, see how it works for you in general, and then see how it works more a little bit long term. But it's a really good thought. I honestly don't have the answer to that one. Walter Analolio. It would be nice if you cut to the point and stop with all the hippie BS. No one wants to hear about all that. Tell them where to get the best spores, how to get proper grow kit, the best strain to use. I can't even sit through more than 5 minutes at this because you don't shut up. Okay. I'm not sure what to say other than thank you. Next question, Nicholas Flame. Does microdose help with OCD? Nicholas, yes, it absolutely may help with OCD. Try it and see. I'd say in most cases it can. I absolutely have probably a mild case of OCD, not real bad, but I think it's helped me quite a bit with that. I used to be always just checking statistics for everything. It was just out of control. And now I feel a lot freer, and I don't feel I have to do that nearly as much. So I do know that it will help it should help with OCD. Yes. Next, another one from B Hero. How did you get 2 on there? You're special today. You submitted 2 questions and we selected both of them. So that's cool. No problem with that. I took 250 milligrams Golden Teacher gummy today as my second dose ever. It's evening now and was wondering if I can take another and be okay. Well, yes, you can. I guess my question, I'll throw it back to you. Why do you want to take another one? Do you still feel anxious or some depression or whatever? What do you want to get out of the second dose? It's probably not great practice to always take more than 1 dose in a day, although I know people do it successfully. Some do. But I generally am of the feeling that you should be taking 1 dose per day, and also giving yourself at least a couple days off during the week as well. But if you got something going and you feel like the need to take a second dose, I mean, I've done it quite a bit. It does work. Just don't make it a habit of doing that every day. That would be my opinion. Okay, I think we will stop there. I've got some more questions which will continue on the next episode. And thanks for being with me today. Again, I just want to stress that, I've been doing this show for over 4 years now. And I've created quite a community of people that just feel like together. I feel your energy. I'm trying to help you. And I've helped so many people already. I want to help you. And I want to make sure that you realize that 2026 has to be your year. Because if it's not, when? If it's not next year, if it's not this coming year, when are you going to do it? You're going to put it off another year, another 2 years, another 3. Let's get going and let's make it a fantastic year for you. Brand new episode comes out every single Wednesday. You no longer have to feel alone because we're together now. I'm with you. I feel you right here. You are not doing this by yourself. You've got me by your side, helping you and guiding you. And I told you about the extra resources we have if you need anything extra in addition to this podcast. So until next episode, I am Dr. Dave. I do love you, and I'll see you really, really soon. Please take care of yourself.